welcome back to the channel. Rare Coins Collections. Today, we've got an absolute gem for you. If you've ever wondered what makes certain coins so valuable, or if you've stumbled upon a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with the M mint mark, you're in for a treat. This iconic coin from the United States is more than just currency, it's a piece of history, and its value is skyrocketing. So, stick around as we dive into the fascinating world of the Kennedy half-dollar 1973 with the M mint mark and discover just how much it's worth today. Let's start with a bit of history. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964 to honor the memory of President John F. Kennedy, who was tragically assassinated in 1963. The coin was a symbol of respect and admiration for a president who represented hope, progress, and unity. From the very beginning, the Kennedy half-dollar was not only used in regular circulation but also became a collector's item. Over the years, the design has evolved, but the 1973 version is particularly special for several reasons. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar was part of a regular series minted by the United States Mint. However, what makes this particular coin even more intriguing is the M mint mark, which signifies that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. The mint mark is a tiny letter, located near the base of the coin's obverse, and it tells us where the coin was struck. While many coins from the era were produced at other mints, the 1973 M version stands out due to its rarity and specific minting history. Now, let's talk about the design. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of President John F. Kennedy, created by the talented engraver Gilroy Roberts. Kennedy's face is captured in a forward-facing position, symbolizing his vision and leadership. On the reverse, you'll find the famous half-eagle, the United States emblem of freedom and strength, surrounded by the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. The intricate detail on this coin reflects the craftsmanship of the United States Mint, making it not just a piece of currency, but a work of art. While this coin was intended for circulation, finding one in perfect or near-perfect condition is a rare feat. Over time, many of these coins have been worn down through use in everyday transactions, leading to an increase in demand for well-preserved examples. When you combine the M mint mark with a pristine condition coin, you've got yourself something truly special. Coins that are graded as uncirculated or with high grades can fetch much higher prices than those with signs of wear. Speaking of value, you're probably wondering, just how much is the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar worth? If you have one of these coins, you might be sitting on a small fortune, especially if it's in uncirculated condition. Coins that have survived the test of time and were kept in excellent condition can command significant prices. But here's the kicker. A 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with the M mint mark, in pristine condition, can be worth up to an astonishing $120,000, yes, you heard that right. A single 1973 Kennedy half-dollar coin, in mint condition, could fetch you a hefty price of $120,000. That's a serious chunk of change for a coin that was once just part of your pocket change. It just goes to show that rare coins, especially ones with specific mint marks, can appreciate in value over time, making them highly desirable to collectors. But how do you know if your coin is worth that much? The key factors are its condition and rarity. Coins that have been well preserved, free from damage, scratches, or discoloration, are highly sought after by collectors. If you've got a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar that looks like it's just been pulled from a minting machine, there's a good chance it could be worth a lot more than you expected. To determine its value accurately, you'll want to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. Now, let's talk a little more about what makes this coin so desirable. It's not just the mint mark that adds value, it's the specific history behind the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar. Coins from the 1970s are often less common in high-quality, uncirculated form because they were used more frequently in circulation. However, finding one that has been well preserved through the years is a rare treat for collectors, which drives up the demand and price. Additionally, the Kennedy half-dollar is part of a broader collecting community that has a deep appreciation for U.S. coins. Many collectors specialize in presidential coins, and the Kennedy series is among the most popular. With its rich history, distinctive design, and limited availability in pristine condition, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is a prime target for any serious coin collector looking to add a rare and valuable piece to their collection, whether you're an experienced coin collector or just someone who stumbled upon a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with the mint mark in a drawer. Now you know just how valuable this coin could be. So, if you're lucky enough to own one in mint condition, you may want to hold on to it or even get it professionally appraised. You could be sitting on a treasure. Today, we're about to dive into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, a coin that's not just valuable, but also rich in symbolism and rarity. If you've ever wondered what makes certain coins worth so much, you're in the right place. We're talking about the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with the mint mark. It's a coin that may look simple on the surface, but when you look closer, you'll see why this particular piece is so highly coveted by collectors and investors alike. Stick with me as we break down the story of this incredible coin, its history, design, and, of course, its staggering value today. Let's start by taking a look at the historical backdrop of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964 following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The U.S. government wanted to honor the late president's legacy, and thus, the coin was born. The original design by Gilroy Roberts featured a portrait of Kennedy, and it became an instant hit with the public. It was issued for circulation as a way of paying tribute to the man who led America through turbulent times. But over the years, these coins have also found a second life in the world of collectors, and the 1971 edition is no exception. Now, let's turn our attention to the minting process of the 1971 coin, specifically the mint mark. The mint mark on a coin indicates where it was produced, and the on this Kennedy half-dollar signifies that it was minted in Denver, Colorado, at the Denver Mint. In 1971, the U.S. Mint was going through a period of change, and the decision to mint a large number of Kennedy half-dollars in Denver was significant. While there were several other mints producing coins at the time, the Denver Mint's coins are the ones that are often more sought after by collectors due to their relative scarcity, particularly in higher grades. So, what's so special about the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with the mint mark? Well, as with most coins, the value is greatly influenced by its condition. A lot of the coins produced in 1971 were circulated heavily, and over time, they've lost their original shine and detail. Finding one that has been well preserved over the years is a rare treat. But there's more to this coin than just its condition. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar represents a turning point in the history of U.S. currency, as it was the first year the coin was made with a copper-nickel-clad composition, a departure from the silver content used in earlier issues. This change in metal composition makes the 1971 coin stand out, as it's one of the last of the Kennedy series to feature this shift in materials. The design of the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is striking in its simplicity and elegance. On the obverse, we have the iconic portrait of President Kennedy, facing left with a confident and determined expression. The image was designed by Gilroy Roberts and remains one of the most recognizable portraits of a U.S. president on a coin. Surrounding Kennedy's portrait are the words, "Liberty," and the year of issue, 1971, while the phrase, "In God We Trust," appears below. On the reverse side, we find a majestic eagle clutching an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other, symbolizing peace and strength. The words, "United States of America," and "half-dollar," are inscribed around the eagle, completing the design. But here's the real kicker: what's the value of this coin? If you're lucky enough to find a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with the mint mark, and if it's in uncirculated or near-mint condition, you might be sitting on a small fortune. As we know, coin values are determined by several factors: condition, rarity, demand, and historical significance. A coin like this, which has managed to survive in pristine condition over the years, is highly sought after. Due to its limited availability and the specific mint mark, the value can skyrocket in the right market. So, how much is the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar worth? If you've got a high-grade version of this coin, you could expect to see it valued at a jaw-dropping price. Hold on to your hats, because a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with the M mint mark can be worth an impressive $110,000. Yes, you read that right, $110,000 for a single coin. That's the kind of value we're talking about here, and it's not something you want to miss if you're a coin collector or just someone who enjoys learning about the potential treasure that might be hidden in your pockets. But how do you know if your coin is worth that much? First, it's essential to examine the condition of the coin. Is it shiny and free from scratches, dents, or discoloration? The better the condition, the more it will be worth. Coins that are well preserved and have been carefully stored over the years are the ones that fetch the highest prices in the market. If you're unsure about the grade of your coin, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a certified numismatic service. Grading companies will assess the coin's condition and assign it a grade, which will help determine its market value. Today, we've got something truly exciting to talk about. If you've ever thought that coins were just small pieces of metal with little value beyond their face value, you're in for a big surprise. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar, and trust me, this coin is a lot more valuable than you might think. Specifically, we're going to focus on the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar with a special mint mark. This is one coin that could make you a pretty penny. So, if you're ready to uncover some hidden treasure, stick around as we explore the fascinating world of this rare coin and its impressive value. Let's start by talking about the historical context of the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar. The Kennedy half-dollar was originally introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy, who was assassinated the year before. His legacy as a charismatic leader, known for his vision of hope and change, led to the U.S. Mint honoring him on a coin. Since then, the Kennedy half-dollar has been a mainstay in American currency. But as with many coins, the true value lies in the specific years and mint marks. The 1981 edition of the Kennedy half-dollar is particularly interesting because it was part of a transitional period in U.S. coinage. By this time, the U.S. government had already shifted from silver to copper-nickel-clad coins, so the 1981 version is composed of a copper-nickel mixture, making it different from the earlier, silver-based versions. But what really makes this coin stand out is its rarity and the condition in which it survived over the years. Like many coins produced in the 1980s, a significant number of the 1981 Kennedy half-dollars were circulated and, over time, became worn or damaged. So, finding one in pristine or near-perfect condition is quite rare and highly desirable to collectors. Now, let's dive into the specifics of the mint mark. For those who may not know, the mint mark on a coin tells us where it was produced. The 1981 Kennedy half-dollar comes with a D mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most well-known mints in the United States. The Denver Mint has been producing coins since 1906, and many collectors place high value on coins with this mint mark, particularly when they're in excellent condition. As you can imagine, a well-preserved 1981 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark is a rare find, and it's the kind of coin collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar. On the obverse, front, side, you'll find the iconic portrait of President John F. Kennedy, created by sculptor Gilroy Roberts. This portrait, which has become one of the most recognizable images of a U.S. president, is captured in a profile view. The coin features the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year, 1981. Surrounding Kennedy's face is a sense of timeless strength, symbolizing his enduring legacy. On the reverse side, you'll find the magnificent eagle, which has been a part of the coin's design since its inception. The eagle is clutching an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other, representing peace and strength, respectively. Above the eagle are the words, "United States of America," and below, the coin is marked, $half. This strong, symbolic design represents the ideals of freedom, strength, and unity, which are core to the American identity. So, how much is the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar worth? If you have one of these coins, especially one with the D mint mark in exceptional condition, you might be wondering how much it could be worth today. As we know, the value of a coin isn't determined by its face value alone, it's heavily influenced by factors like rarity, condition, and collector demand. Coins that have been well preserved, free from scratches, discoloration, or other damage, can command much higher prices than those that have been circulated heavily. But the big question is, how valuable could a 1981 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark really be? Well, if you're lucky enough to have one in top-notch, uncirculated condition, it could be worth a lot more than you might think. In fact, a pristine 1981 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark can fetch an incredible price of $120,000, that's right, $120,000. Imagine that, a single coin worth more than a brand new car or even a down payment on a house. It's crazy, right? But it's a reality in the world of rare coins, and this particular Kennedy half-dollar has earned its place as a highly coveted piece of American numismatic history. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do I know if my coin is worth that much? The key is condition. If you have a 1981 Kennedy half-dollar that's been stored carefully, kept free from damage, and is in uncirculated or near mint condition, then you're in luck. Coins that have been preserved in excellent condition are always in demand among collectors, and they can fetch top dollar in the right market. If you're unsure about the condition of your coin, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded. Grading companies will assess the coin's quality and assign it a grade, which will help determine its value. If you've got a 1981 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark sitting in your collection, it's time to take a closer look. You could be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than its face value, and it could just be your ticket to a substantial return. Whether you plan to sell it or add it to your collection, it's a rare and valuable piece of American history that will only continue to grow in worth. Today's coin is one of those rare pieces of American history that could be hiding in plain sight. The coin we're diving into today is none other than the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, and more specifically, the ones that come with a special mint mark. If you've ever wondered what makes certain coins so valuable, then you're in for a treat. Today, we'll be uncovering the story of this incredible coin, its history, its design, and the staggering amount it could be worth. So, stick with us, because by the end of this video, you might just have a newfound appreciation for the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, and who knows, it could change your financial future. Let's start by talking about the historical background of the Kennedy half-dollar. This coin was first introduced in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The United States Mint wanted to honor the late president's legacy by featuring his image on the coin, and it quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. The design features a left-facing portrait of Kennedy, which is one of the most recognizable presidential portraits to date. However, the 1972 version of the Kennedy half-dollar holds its own special place in the timeline of U.S. coinage. By this point, the U.S. Mint had transitioned away from using silver in most of its coins, and the Kennedy half-dollar was now being produced with a copper-nickel-clad composition. While this might seem like a small change, it marked a significant shift in American coinage during the post-silver era, and it adds an interesting layer to the history of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar. One key factor that makes the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar even more interesting is its mint mark. Coins are produced at different mints across the United States, and the mint mark tells us exactly where the coin was made. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar comes with the D mint mark, indicating that it was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint has a long and storied history, producing not just coins, but also paper money and gold and silver bullion. The coins produced at the Denver Mint are highly sought after by collectors, particularly those that are in exceptional condition. The design of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is very much in line with the earlier versions, but with its own unique flair. The obverse side features President Kennedy's portrait, designed by Gilroy Roberts. The expression on Kennedy's face is serious, yet optimistic, symbolizing the hope and change he represented during his presidency. The inscriptions surrounding Kennedy's portrait include "Liberty," In God We Trust, and the year 1972. These elements combine to create a powerful and timeless image that still resonates with many Americans today. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the powerful image of a bald eagle. This eagle is gripping an olive branch and arrows in its talons, symbolizing peace and strength. The eagle is framed by the words United States of America and the denomination $50. This design has been a consistent feature of the Kennedy $50 since its introduction, and it represents the ideals of freedom, power, and unity that define the United States. So, what about the value of the 1972 Kennedy $50 with the D mint mark? You might be wondering, why is this coin worth so much? Well, as with all rare coins, the value of a coin is determined by several factors: its rarity, its condition, its demand in the market, and its historical significance. Coins that were produced in large numbers but are still found in good condition are often worth a lot more than their face value. And in the case of the 1972 Kennedy $50, a coin in pristine condition can be worth quite a bit more than you might expect. The key to a coin's value is its condition. Many of the 1972 Kennedy $50 that were produced were circulated widely, which means they've suffered wear and tear over the years. But if you happen to have a 1972 Kennedy $50 that's been well preserved, you're in luck. A coin that's remained in uncirculated or near mint condition is highly desirable to collectors. These coins are becoming harder to find, and as time goes on, their value continues to rise. The fact that the 1972 Kennedy $50 with the D mint mark is relatively scarce in high-quality condition only adds to its appeal. Now, I know you're wondering, how much could this coin actually be worth? Well, if you've managed to find a 1972 Kennedy $50 with the D mint mark in excellent condition, then you might be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than you ever imagined. In fact, if your coin is in uncirculated condition, it could be worth an astonishing $90,000. Yes, you heard that right, $90,000, that's right. A single 1972 Kennedy $50 in top condition can fetch you a price that many people could only dream of. If you're one of the lucky few to have this coin in your collection, you've got a real gem on your hands. Whether you plan to hold onto it as a prized part of your collection or decide to sell it, you could be looking at a significant return on your investment. Imagine finding such a treasure tucked away in your drawer or even in your change jar. Now, you might be asking how to tell if your 1972 Kennedy $50 is worth this much. First, take a close look at the condition of the coin. Is it shiny, free from scratches, and showing little to no signs of wear? If it's in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a fortune. If you're unsure about the condition of your coin, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a certified numismatic service. A professional grade will give you a more accurate idea of the coin's value and help you understand whether it's worth getting it appraised or sold. Today, we've got something truly exciting for you, an iconic piece of American history that could be hiding in your collection or even in your pocket right now. That's right, we're talking about the 1988 Kennedy $50 with a special mint mark. This coin may look like just another ordinary $50 at first glance, but as we dig deeper, you'll see why it's worth so much more than face value. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be looking at a rare treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. Let's start with some background about the Kennedy $50. Introduced in 1964, this coin was created as a tribute to the late President John F. Kennedy, who was tragically assassinated in 1963. The Kennedy $50 became an immediate sensation, with the public eagerly embracing the new coin that honored one of the most beloved presidents in American history. Over the years, the design has remained largely the same, featuring President Kennedy's image on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. But today, we're focusing on the 1988 edition of this coin, which has its own special place in the world of numismatics. In 1988, the Kennedy $50 was still being minted with a copper-nickel-clad composition, following the shift away from silver coins in the mid-1960s. While the composition of the coin might not seem like a major detail, it's important to note that coins from the 1980s are often seen as transitional pieces in the history of U.S. currency. The minting process for these coins was carefully controlled, but as with any large-scale operation, some coins ended up being more perfectly struck than others, making certain years and mint marks particularly desirable to collectors. Speaking of mint marks, let's take a moment to talk about where the coin was produced. The 1988 Kennedy half-dollar comes with two different mint marks, the D for Denver and the S for San Francisco. The Denver Mint is known for producing the bulk of U.S. coinage, and its coins typically have a higher circulation rate. However, it's the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark that is truly rare and special. Because of the way these coins were handled and distributed, many of them were worn down by the time they left circulation. But finding one in exceptional condition is like striking gold. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side of the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar, you'll see the profile of President John F. Kennedy. The design, created by sculptor Gilroy Roberts, shows Kennedy with a serious yet determined expression, capturing his iconic image in a way that resonates with many Americans. Surrounding his portrait are the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year, 1988, marking this coin as a piece of history. The reverse side features a powerful image of a bald eagle, with an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other, symbolizing peace and strength. Above the eagle are the words, United States of America, while below, you'll find the denomination of half-dollar. This design is a consistent feature of the Kennedy half-dollar, and it adds to the coin's status as an enduring symbol of freedom and unity. So, what makes the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark so special? Well, the value of a coin is influenced by several factors, including its rarity, condition, and the demand in the collector's market. Many of the 1988 Kennedy half-dollars were produced in large quantities and circulated widely, so most of them show signs of wear and tear. But if you happen to find one in excellent condition, whether it's been stored carefully or remained uncirculated, then you've got yourself a rare gem. The real value comes from coins that have been preserved in top-notch condition, free from scratches, discoloration, and other forms of damage. A coin that has maintained its original luster and sharp details will always command a higher price than a heavily worn one. In the case of the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar, it's important to remember that time is a huge factor. The longer a coin has been in circulation, the more likely it is to show signs of damage. Finding a coin that's been carefully stored away and kept in pristine condition is a true treasure. So, let's get to the fun part, the price. If you have a 1988 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark in uncirculated condition, it could be worth a lot more than you think. These coins are relatively rare in top-quality condition, and collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been preserved in near-perfect form. If you happen to have one of these coins in your collection, or if you come across one in a pile of change, you could be sitting on a valuable asset. The price for a 1988 Kennedy half-dollar in excellent condition can reach an incredible amount. Are you ready for this? A pristine 1988 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark could be worth as much as $98,000. Yes, you heard that right, $98,000. Imagine finding a coin worth that much hidden away in your collection or even among your spare change. It's a life-changing discovery for any lucky collector, and it just goes to show how much value can be found in even the smallest pieces of history. Whether you're looking to add this coin to your collection or consider selling it, you're holding on to a valuable piece of American numismatic history. Now, if you're wondering how to determine whether your 1988 Kennedy half-dollar is worth such a large sum, the first thing to look at is its condition. A coin in uncirculated or near-mint condition will typically show no signs of wear, with crisp, clean details and a high level of luster. If you're unsure about the condition of your coin, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded. A professional grading service will evaluate the coin's quality and give you an accurate idea of its value. So, there you have it, a closer look at the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark and its impressive value. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare, well-preserved coins, then you could be holding on to an asset worth $98,000. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed learning about rare and valuable coins like the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new discovery. Keep searching for those hidden treasures, and who knows? The next rare find might just be in your hands.